What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I'm Danielle if you are new. And so I told y'all I was going to tell you about my 222 portal. So here it is. I started talking about it in the live that I did, but the video was buffering so bad that couldn't tell what I was saying. So I made a portal on the portal to 22 February 22nd, 2022, because that date, we're not going to ever see that date again. And so the energy surrounding it was so powerful that it was a portal unto itself. So I wanted to take advantage of this once in a lifetime energy and harness that energy and create my own personal portal, which is what I did. And so I'm going to show that to you all right now. So this is the portal that I made. No, this dream catcher doesn't have a hole in the middle. That doesn't bother me. If you want to make your own portal and you feel like you need a hole in the middle of your dream catcher, then absolutely do it. But my firm belief and my philosophy with magic is use what you have. So as you can see, that's my sigil. And I already told y'all I write in sigil anyway. Like, my handwriting is really fancy. I used to actually practice calligraphy when I was a kid and had the fountain pens and all of that stuff. Such a scribe. Always had the energy of Thoth and Mercury and all of the scribe energy, surrounding me. So yeah, my handwriting is pretty fancy anyway, so sigils aren't an issue for me. But that is my portal, and so I'm going to tell you, a little bit more about it and show y'all how to make sigils. So that was my portal, and like I said, I harnessed the energy. How I harness energy is basically how I raise energy when I'm doing a spell, visualization, and time. You know, I try not to rush things, although there's a such thing as a quick prayer, so why not a quick spell? I mean, sometimes, yeah, if you're in a pinch, you know, um, just because you're in a time crunch doesn't mean and you have to do something simple or quick doesn't mean that that magic is going to be any less effective. You know, different scenarios call for, different approaches. So when I have the time though, and I had the time because I was planning, that spell out for a while, I like to not rush things and just take my time, however long it takes for me to feel and sense, because I'm clairsentient, sentient, meaning I feel clearly, for all of your five senses, you have five corresponding psychic senses. And one of my stronger ones is feeling spirit, feeling energy versus seeing it or hearing it or anything like that. But I do hear it too. Yeah, so clairaudient, clear hearing. But anyway, I really sit with my spells, whether I'm making an oil or making a candle or whatever it is. If I'm making something that's going to be, a curio later on, an oil or something, or if I'm actually performing a spell and I'm dressing the candle or making a mojo or whatever it is I'm doing, I like to sit with the energy for however long it takes. It's just a feeling that I get when I know that, yeah, it's energized, I've harnessed the energy, I'm tapped in, that sort of thing. And so for y'all, y'all already have y'all methods and things that y'all do, or you already have your clues and things, your own abilities and your own, sensations and different things for when you've raised the energy. So, that's an individual thing. And you'll come to learn what that feels like or what that is like, whether it's a feeling or not for you. The more you practice, the more you notice things, patterns emerge, and you learn more about yourself, and you learn more about your abilities and your magic and how things work for you, because not everybody is the same. So with all of that being said, um basically I meditated and visualized and put energy and took the energy from that day and put it into the portal and put it into the sigil as I was making the sigil. So now I'm going to show you how to make a sigil. Okay, y'all. So I got those little two dots up there. So I went right in the space that the camera is going to actually show. So starting out with a simple affirmation mantra sentence. You want to keep it simple. It doesn't have to be elaborate because you're going to cross out most of the letters anyway. So you want to keep it direct, clear, and to the point. So I am at peace. Now, one of the tips is you want to write an I am statement, an I have, or, I'm grateful that I have, something along that line. You want to speak in terms of already having the thing that it is you're trying to manifest, speaking in present tense, speaking in the positive versus, saying, instead of saying I no longer, you could say I am free of, so it takes some thought, because we're so used to speaking in the negative a lot of times that it takes a little bit of, creative thinking to reword things in a positive light and, in the present tense and all of that. So those are some tips. So I am at peace. So first you're going to cross out your vows, and I'm doing this one-handed, so I'm going to be pausing the video. So I'll be back after I've crossed out the vowels and the repeating letters. Okay, so now all we have is MTPC left. And here's where you get creative. Here's where your artistry, if you're an artist, absolutely just let that take over and start channeling and let the letters show you how they want to go. So because my handwriting is fancy, I just start writing and so that's my M. Now that's my T, a lowercase t, and I don't know, what do I want to do? I mean, you can put a little P here by itself if you wanted to, although that doesn't look like a P. But then, okay, connecting it, I just flow, and so something as simple as that. I do want to make it look a little bit more. Bam. So, and that's my C. And that's I am at peace. And so you could leave the sigil like it is. You could turn it into a seal. I'm going to try to do this by looking through the camera. It's weird. Not the best. But no, this circle is terrible. I do much better circles than this. Oh well, I'm doing this one-handed. I'm not holding the paper for stability like I normally would. It is what it is. But y'all seen sigils and seals before. And then you can get creative. Start putting different numbers in here or symbols that look horrible. Whatever. I'll sometimes just do like little things like this within it and, like cross back. And I'm just demonstrating now. But just giving you an idea because this looks a hot a hot mess. But I can show you what I mean by turning sigils into seals. But That's how you make sigils, y'all. I'm going to show you a sigil that I turned into a seal just for demonstration purposes, okay? Because, so you can be better inspired than this. But this right here is a good sigil, okay? You don't know what that is. Nobody knows what that is. Okay, so I'm going to show you a sigil that I've turned into a seal. And then I'm going to tell you how you can activate your sigil. Hey, so this is actually, I think, just a seal. It's been a while since I've made this. Now I do write in my, journal when I make my sigil. So how you saw in the yellow paper, how I plan it out and all of that is in my journal. And so what it is for is there. But I don't remember what it was for at this point. So I'm not sure if that is a sigil or what anymore. But that's my seal. So you could, like I just showed you, you could have that sigil in the middle instead of the number, but that's a seal, an example of a seal that you can, how a homemade seal can look. All right. And I know some of you are wondering, okay, well, how's it going to work? You forgot what you did. That's kind of the point, because you want the symbol to act on your subconscious mind, and you want to just subconsciously start bringing things into reality. You're trying to get past your conscious mind, because that's what's been holding you up. That's what's been the bouncer and telling you no, you can't, and your own worst critic, self-sabotage, all of that. And that's what you're trying to get past. So yeah, you put all of that energy into it up front. You know what you're doing up front. You do it and then you let it go. You walk away. You document it so you can go back, of course. But you let it work its magic, okay? And you have to detach in order for it to work. So yeah. Now I'm going to tell you how you can activate your sigils. Okay, so this is the first video I've done like this, where I'm just doing all of these different little clips and then I'm going to put it together later. So yeah. Anywho, how to activate your sigils. And I have notes here, so I'm going to be looking down because I don't want to forget any of the different ways. So number one, the first way to activate your sigil, excuse me, is to do what your intuition tells you to do. So whatever that first idea that pops into your mind or vision, go with that. If you hear a word or a phrase that gives you a clue as to how to activate your sigil, flow with that. Or if you're getting a word to actually, that's a power word or something, if that's coming through, use that actual word to activate the sigil. Everybody's magic is different. Everybody's intuition speaks to them differently. So I'm just trying to throw out different examples. Pay attention to your body when you're thinking of, okay, how do I activate this? Pay attention to your body when you're ready to activate it. Where are you feeling any sensations in your body? Because that could be a clue as to what energy you can work with to activate the sigil. So say for instance, you start feeling a sensation in your throat chakra. That could be, a sign to work with, words, activating it by saying different words or something of that nature. Hold on, I did write something down. Let me see. Yeah, so speaking certain words over it or sound in general. If you, like what I did for my portal sigil, I actually activated it because you see it was cut out and everything. I had it in my hands and I clapped to activate it with sound. So you can do that. You can activate it with bells, singing bowls, a song, absolutely, that captures. Y'all know I love music and I work with music in my magic. And I know some of y'all do too. So finding a song that really captures the energy, and it doesn't have to be about the words or the melody. It's about what energy you actually pick up from that particular song. Now, of course, you could, pay attention to that too, because that's powerful. Paying attention to the words of the lyrics of the song, or if it's got a certain beat. Now, for those of you who are like really into music, and I'm not, but if you know beats per minute, I don't know what the technical stuff, if you want to incorporate the numerology into the magic in some sort of way, y'all producers and things like that, y'all, I know I'm stimulating y'all, but I don't know anything about it to stimulate you that daggone much. You take it and run with it. But sound, music, you can activate it through meditating on it, of course. That's one of the tried and true methods of activating a sigil. You meditate and stare at it until it starts to move, and then it's activated. Or you could go so far as meditating on it until the sigil of the seal starts to move, and then you put some energy into it by visualizing, or however, whatever way you want to do it, visualizing the energy going into it. You can visualize the sigil glowing or sparkling. You can activate your sigil with spit, any bodily fluid, blood, of course. Practicing safety, I would recommend. I don't personally, prick or cut myself to practice blood magic, but I happen to be fortunate enough to be born a woman. So, who's still menstruating, okay? Because some women aren't. And so, shout out. Oh, I hope I don't forget say your name wrong. I think Sekhmet Awakens. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but shout out to her. Um, Excellent information on her channel. I learned from her that you could use your urine in lieu of blood because it's purified blood. So, yeah, you could do that. Pricking your finger, like I said, a safe way if you want to practice blood magic. Again, I'm not a cutter. I don't recommend you cutting yourself or doing anything like that to practice blood magic. Um, and of course, you could, depending on what it is, okay, keeping in mind the symbology and everything of what your sigil is and what it represents and what you're trying to accomplish, you could absolutely use animal blood, okay, and you don't have to sacrifice a daggone animal to do it. You can get the chicken out of the daggone grocery store and use the blood, okay. I would say when you're using, animal parts in magic, again, being mindful of what the symbolism of the animal is, whose blood you're taking, being mindful of, if into this and this matters and stuff, how the chicken was executed. It's executed, murdered, honey. How the chicken animal was killed, and the the body part, keeping in mind the symbolism of the body part, and how it incorporated into your spell. But yeah, you can definitely use animal blood. You could use something that just looks like blood for the symbology, beetroot juice or something like that, ink, whatever. Get creative. Fake blood. Now I got some fake blood right now. Because your subconscious mind doesn't know. Everything is permissible. So yeah, but enough about that. You can activate it with that. You can also activate it with the energy of your orgasm. So whether you are, reaching your climax alone or with somebody else, you can take that energy and push it into your sigil, and all of that. Now, I will say, when it comes to that, prepare. This isn't just a regular, session. This is magic, so you want to be mindful of your thoughts and keeping it. It's a ritual, so you have to still be mindful of what it is you're doing while you're having sex. And so by yourself or with somebody else. Now, with somebody else, I will say um you want to have a barrier in place, something to catch their thoughts that don't have anything to do with the spell. And you want to just do this period when you're harnessing energy from other people, because one, you could be dealing with witches who are waiting for you to try to absorb some of their fucking energy, and they're prepared for that. And you're gonna absorb some shit you definitely don't want to absorb, you know. Um, but you want to feel whenever you're harnessing energy, when you're, practicing uh, um your empathic abilities or your psychic vampirism, the energy vampirism, you want to have filters in place so you're not just absorbing everything. You're only absorbing what's going to be useful for you. So you definitely want to have that in place, because you don't know what the person is thinking, and everything, and you don't want that to interfere with your magic, especially if this person isn't someone who practices magic. So, keep that in mind before using sex magic. Is this person into what you're into? How is their frame of mind? How is their energy? How is their energy in relation to what it is you're trying to accomplish? You might want to go it alone. But that's another way that you can activate your sigil. Yeah, and you want to filter out and make sure you're not picking up on any illnesses that they have. Um, because some people, witches, occultists, will actually hold certain energies of illnesses and death around them as protection. It's a barrier, and you thinking you're getting into their energy, and you're not. You're just tapping into something else. Like, hey, gotcha, surprise, that's what you get for trying to steal my energy. So be mindful of that. So smoky quartz and just quartz period can definitely filter things out. Salt can filter things out. And then you can create spells and put things in place, your own like permanent filters. So it's like you can have a talisman or an amulet or something specifically for that purpose. So when you're going to harness some energy, you've got this on you, and you're protected, you're safe, you're only going to take the energy that you need. So that is the video, you guys. I've broken it up into so many pieces. I hope it's not super long, but I wanted to get that information out there for you. I hope you find this video very helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Make sure you click the notification bell to get all notifications so you can see the community posts and different things and never miss a beat. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.